our acharyas say that, what does this mean, he gave divine eyes? And so this is the Madhurya Mai Bhakta, Krishna Bhakta viewpoint of this, that Krishna, when Arjuna was sitting with Krishna, he was already seeing the topmost form of God. Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. Etecham Svekalampansam, Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam. It's in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 3, verse 28. He was already seeing the topmost form of God. And how could he see him? Because he was a Premi Bhakta. He was in Sakyarati. He's a friend of Krishna. Arjuna is in Sakyarati. So he has Prem Vilochan. Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena. One can see Krishna in his topmost rasic Premamayi form with the eyes of Prem. It takes one to know one. If you have Prem, you can see Prem. So he was seeing, so that Madhurya vision of Krishna, Madhurya Mai vision that Arjuna had as being a Premi Bhakta, he's seeing the sweetest, topmost form of Godhead. Now, Krishna wants to show him his Aishwarya form of Virata Rup. So Arjuna has to step down. He has to step down. He's already realizing because Krishna's topmost form is the Virata Rupa. So our acharyas say this verse proves that Krishna's form is the topmost. That Krishna with the two-armed form, just one Krishna with one devotee, one Krishna with each devotee, each liberated soul. So one Krishna with one Arjuna in the Sakya Ras relationship of friendship is much higher than Virata Rup. That's much higher than that. So Krishna, in order for Arjuna to see this Virata Rup, he had to give them Aishwarya eyes, because Arjuna had Madhurya eyes. He had Madhurya Prem-filled eyes. So now he had to get Aishwarya eyes, because we say Premanjana Charita Bhakti Vilochanena. You can see Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Vajami. So you can see Govinda with Prem eyes. You can see with Madhurya eyes, Prem eyes, but you can see Virata Rupa with Aishwarya eyes. So this is a very interesting explanation. Just turn the whole thing around. So even Vaishnavas can take the Bhagavad Gita and show the Madhurya Maya conception or the Aishwarya Maya conception, and what to speak of the Mayavadis. So this is the nature of Sanskrit. You can create this meaning or that. You can create a different Vaishnava conception meaning from the same shloka, or you can create an antithetical meaning of the Kaivalya meaning or the Brahman meaning, which is opposite. It's the impersonal view. Same shloka can represent impersonal view of absolute, or the same shloka can represent personal aspect. So when you're saying that these Chaturvida Sri Bhagavat Prasada, this means I can't say that you can say like that or think like that, but I haven't read anywhere from my studies that this conclusion is brought out by any of our acharyas. We recognize acharyas. I have not seen any commentaries, authentic commentaries on this verse that I'm aware of. And not that it doesn't exist, it may exist, but I don't know. Because you can see that even the translation we have, because it says Chatur Vida, that's four kinds. That's clear. So generally we try to take the obvious meaning of Shastras. Sri Bhagavat Prasad. So Prasad means the remnants of Bhagavan, right?
Yes.
Sri Bhagavat Prasad. Sri Bhagavat means Radha and Krishna Prasad. As Vishwanath is glorifying what kind of guru is he glorifying here in this verse? I'm asking a question. What kind of guru is he glorifying in this Ashtakam?
His Guru Rupani.
I said, what kind of guru?
Anjari Mahaguru.
No. He's glorifying a guru that worships Radha and Krishna.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Some gurus worship Ram, is it right?
Yes.
Some gurus worship Vishnu, is it right? So how do we know that? Nikunja Yuno Ratikeli Shri Radhika Madhaviyorapara. Nikunja Yuno. That's all clear indicate my guru is in the Kunja Krita, with Radha and Krishna serving as a manjari. So when we see Sri Bhagavat, you can say it means Lakshmi Narayan. Then we can say no, because that's out of context. Because Vishwanath is a manjari, he's a Gaudiya Vaishnava, worship of Radha and Krishna. And how can it be, how in verse 4 is Lakshmi Narayan, then when it's about the same guru, verse 4 is about Lakshmi Narayan, Even you can say verse 3 is Lakshmi Narayan. Shri Vigraha Aradhana. Shri Vigraha Aradhana. Right? Shri Vigraha Aradhana. Shri Vigraha Aradhana. Aradhana means worship. He's worshipping the Shri Vigraha. Worshipping the Shri Vigraha means worshipping Radharani. Nityanana Shringar, because it says Nityanana Shringar with various types of ornaments. In other words, I mean, I could give a very nice explanation, all related, not now, but all related to the idea that the Guru is Nikunja, is Yuktira Pekshaniya, Dakshat Ativalabhasya. My Guru, the whole prayer is about a Guru who is expert in Rati Keli Siddhai, in serving the amorous affairs of Radha and Krishna Kunja. This prayer is about that. Nikunja Yuno Rati Keli Sid. He's got Siddhi. He's making their pastimes perfect. I mean Samriddhiman Sambhog. There's 4 types of Sambhog. Perfect. Ya Ali. Ali means gopis. Preshta Alivi Sevyamano Smarami. Divyad Brindaranya Kapla Jumadad Shrimad Ratnagara Simhasanasto Shrimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Preshta Alibi Sevyamano Smarami. I should remember Vishaka Saki and Tulsi Manjari and my Guru Saki. Alibi and Preshta. Preshta means very topmost special chief ones like Lalita Vishaka, Rupa and Rati. So Ali means gopi. So in this verse 6, everything is related. The gopis are there, the manjris are there. Nikunja Yuno. Yuno means the pair. Yuno means yuga. There's a pair, Radha and Krishna and Nikunja. And what are they doing? What do men and women do when they get together? They enjoy the intimacies of amorous love. Rati Keli. It's a play. Keli means play. They play, love sports. They say sometimes love sports. Sports, love play. Rati Keli. Siddha, Ya Libir. And Ali means the gopis. Yuktir, Apekshaniya. Yuktir Apekshaniya. I'm very expertly, Yuktir means the Guru is very expertly connected with the gopis. So the Guru is connected, Yuktir. The Guru is connected with the Alivis. And Tatra Adi Dakshat, he's very expert in helping them and assisting them. So we take this verse, Chatra Vidha Shri Bhagavat Prasad. Shri Bhagavat Prasad means Radha Krishna Prasadi. Swad Ana Chiptan Hari Bhakti Sangan. So swad means to taste, to chew, to eat. And Ana means grains. So this is the point. And now if you're going to take Ana, there's 4 kinds of Anas, and one type of Ana is Harinam, and one type of Ana is Krishna's form, and one type of Ana is Krishna's qualities, and one type of Ana is Krishna's Leela. Then you want to chew that and taste that. Swad Ana, that's really an interesting idea. And you can say like that, but if we say something, it must be backed up by Shastra. So I can't. It seems from the very clear, the meaning is, the Sanskrit, at least on the basic, obvious level, is Swada Ana Triptan, means satisfied eating something, food and being satisfied. And Hari Bhakta Sangha means all the associates and servants and devotees of Hari. And Triptan, Bhajatak Sadeva. So the devotees are enjoying it, and then the Guru, he's enjoying seeing this. He always feels satisfied. Bhaja, well, that's interesting, Bhaja. And Bhajatak Sadeva. And Bhajan. Sadeva means sat. So the Guru always feels, Bhaja means feels, or it's very satisfying to the Guru's bhajan. The Guru becomes very satisfied in his own bhajan if he sees that his disciples and other people are relishing, enjoying the remnants of Radha and Krishna. So the remnants of Radha and Krishna can be either Hari Katha, Radha Krishna Katha, Tavakatam Ritam Tapta Jivanam. So it's Amrit. Katha is Amrit, it's nectar, Swadana Triptan. So I can only say that I would stick to the meaning, the obvious meaning, unless you see by some authentic, bona fide acharya, or one of our great acharyas commenting on this, then you can draw that other conclusion. You can make a more exact translation of it, but basically it seems to me that it's because we see Vishnu Chakravarti generally is expanding and elucidating concepts and tattvas that were first originally presented by Rupa Goswami. Right? Just like he had Bhakti, Rupa Goswami wrote a book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So then, 200 years later, it's a big book. So Vishnu Chakravarti made a summary of that book. It's called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Bindu. And another big book to explain Madhurya Rasa and Gopis and Krishna, Rupa Goswami wrote is Ujjvala Nilamani. So then, to summarize that very vast book with all the technical descriptions of Ras and Bhav and Anubhav and all these things, then he wrote a small book in Sanskrit called Ujjvala Nilamani Kiran. And then there's the Bhagavatam, which is such a vast book, so huge, 18,000 shlokas. And then that was summarized in also a big book, Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Not 18,000 shlokas, maybe 2,000 or 3,000. Then, 200 years later, Vishnu Chakravarti summarized that in a book called Bhagavat Amrita Kana. Bhagavat Amrita Kana. It's a nectar ray, a nectar kana. Kana means a particle of nectar. A ray, kana. Kira means kana means particle. Kira means ray. Bhagavat Amrita Kana means a particle of nectar. Like we say, kan bole, Vrindavan me, kan bole, Shri Radha Radha. So he gave that. And then he gave that, but then also he gave that Ujjvala Nilamani Kiran, but then also he wrote all commentaries. He wrote commentaries on the Ujjvala Nilamani, huge commentaries. For example, on the first chapter 1 of Ujjvala Nilamani, verse 21, there's a 32-page tika of Vishnu Chakravarti to explain Parakya Bhav. And so, Ujjvala Nilamani Kiran, which is Vishnu's summary of Ujjvala Nilamani, is only a few pages, with just one verse, one tika is 30 pages or whatever. So this, so many meanings can be in all these shlokas, and we have Gopal Mantra and Kam Gayatri, but every guru has a different realization or meaning of that, because it's unlimited. So then they share the meanings that they've realized and understood with their own followers.